Hey, I'm Will Wheaton, and I have just received a dump truck full of gold bullion to tell you to watch the Scene Snobs.
Now that I'm on Noom, there are so many leftovers. Try Noom today. Check out our affiliate link.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Scene Snobs Reviews, and this is where we sit down and we look at all the new movies coming out, review them for you, and then ask you what you think, because we're not that type of review show where we try to force our opinions on anybody. And also, we do this live so that way you guys can interact with it. So if you have any comments, we'll get to them towards the end. Please feel free to comment along, jump in. If you're watching this at a later time, throw in the comments. We're always looking them up, seeing what everybody's saying, stuff like that. We'd love to hear what you think. It'd be great. Or join our Discord, the Snob Nation Discord, and come talk to us there, and let's discuss these movies. So it's a lot of fun. Today, I'm reviewing Bros. I got to this a little bit late and watched it on VOD. I really wanted to see it in theaters, but my wife really wanted to see it. And because a lot of these movies I have to watch very early on, before she ever gets a chance to even get anywhere near them. I feel bad for her. She picks some out that she knows are coming out. And she says, can you hold off? Can we watch this together? And I feel like that's a very short list compared to the very long list of movies I have to watch. So I grant that and try to be there for her and do those things. So today's both reviews today, which is Bros, and later I'll be doing Ticket to Paradise, stuff like that. She really likes to watch, so I waited for her on this. Bros is a story about two men with commitment problems attempt a relationship. It is a romantic comedy about two gay men coming together. One played by Billy Eichner, and the other played by Luke McFarlane. And Billy Eichner wrote this with Nick Stoller, and Nick Stoller directed it. And it's the first studio-backed gay romantic comedy movie, and it's got a full principal cast of LGBTQ members, and it's really it's the first time you step in and you kind of get for a straight man a different look at the other side. Like a lot of these other movies, like they're either independent or because the studios are too afraid to back them. So I got to give kudos to, I think it was Universal who backed this and put it out and really put the money into it. And I got to tell you, I really like this movie. This is a really good movie. I enjoyed it all the way through. Watched it with my wife, like I said. We got to talking about it and like really what it's about. And Billy Eichner plays Bobby in it, and he is a podcaster, sort of radio show host. I would say more podcaster. It seems to be what it was set up, and they talk about podcasts in it. And he also is on the committee for a brand new LGBTQ community museum in New York City. And I think that's the job. They don't really delve too high into the job. Like that's what it is. Like it seems like he deals with. And he meets Aaron, who's played by Luke McFarlane. I almost mixed them up. Sorry. He meets Aaron, who is also gay in a club, and it's kind of like they both have their eccentricities and going into it and what they do. Aaron hates his job. Bobby is too busy with a lot of things, and he's not used to putting himself out there. He's kind of a loner. And, they come together through it all, and it's a really fun, well-told story. Really good rom-com. I enjoyed it. I really like the chemistry between these two. Bobby and Aaron's characters were a lot of fun. They're really cute together. It's very different on how they played the romantic comedy angle, because it doesn't have all of the tropes that you see in normal rom-coms, but it does. It gets a different take on them, really. And I liked how they presented that. And I also like how they presented the LGBTQ community and how they, kind of letting up front, like, you can't just say this is what we are and this is what we are, because we're very different. Everybody's very different. They do different things, and they, they do a really good job in showing that to you and kind of introducing you to those, those thoughts and those feelings and how they do it. And, one thing that really bugs me about this is, and I'm sorry, because I rented it for $20 on Amazon to watch this, but, I wish I had gotten out to theaters, because I thought this movie was so good and it had a lot of buzz around it, but I guess the budget for this is $22 million and it only made about half that back. And that's sad, because it's such a really good movie. I think it's funny from beginning to end. I compare it to sort of like Trainwreck, the Amy Schumer movie, in its tone of comedy. And Trainwreck is funny. If you've never seen it, you should. It's an absolutely funny movie. And this is just as funny, in my opinion. This keeps you going, keeps you laughing all the way throughout. The story is really well done. I like the characters. Nothing ever really took me out of it, and that happens a lot with rom-coms, especially. Like, you'll watch it and you're just like, what's going on here? They even have, and I like that the cast is primarily all a part of the LGBTQ community, and identifies in that way. And they also have Deborah Messing in it, and it's a really well done joke from her days on Will and Grace. And she does such a great job with that joke and rolling with it and kind of how it plays out. I really like that about this. But all the faces that pop up and stuff is very cool. I'm sad to see that this didn't do well. I wish it had done better. Hopefully it will do really well on rentals, because it's definitely a movie that should be seen and deserves to be seen. And because it's the first like really big studio backed gay rom-com, I would have loved to have seen it do much better, and I feel bad that I didn't get a chance to go see it in theater. So I blame my wife, really, is what it comes down to. It's her fault for making me wait to watch this. But yeah, overall, like, the few things about this movie that kind of took me out of it is the realistic side of it, with the fact that he's a podcaster. That's what I do. I've been doing this for 11 years, and he's got such fame, and he's on. And like every rom-com cliche, they have a job that pays them perfectly well to afford a New York City apartment at a high cost, and he's rubbing shoulders with celebrities, stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's a tough one to swallow a little bit, but not to say it doesn't exist, but mostly it's the celebrities that get that, but whatever. Now I'm just chewing on the bitter a little bit, but no, I'm just making a joke. And also the fact that Luke McFarlane is just too beautiful of a human being to exist. Like, he is gorgeous in this movie, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is distractingly beautiful. He does a great job, and it works. That his good looks work for what the story is kind of how it unfolds. I'm just like, Jesus, this guy's gorgeous. What is happening here? My wife couldn't take her eyes off the screen. So, I thought it was really well done, though, and a lot of fun. My rating for this, usually I'm pretty harsh on things, but I went with 3.5 mics, which to me, 3 is like middle of the road. 3.5 is really good. Because you're getting a 5 territory. 4 is like blows you out of the water. 5 is epic level. But 3.5, I thought this for a rom-com, which I don't generally gravitate towards, really well done. I would love to see more movies like this. I hope that the box office, especially with how we consume movies after post 2020 and the pandemic and everything, that most people just wait for VOD anyway. I kind of really hope that that's taken into account and this doesn't take anything out. One thing that kind of brought it down is it really pushes the message hard. And it's a lot, and what I mean is, like, there's so much on a big scope, like, and he says it right in the beginning. His character, Bobby, Billy Eichner's character, says, you can't just like put us all in one box and say this is what you are. Like, we are so many things, you know, talking about the community. And he's like, there is no one way to specify us or anything. And I completely understood that. And I loved how he was showing everything. And because this is an opportunity, and really he's the first one with a studio back movie like this to have that, to be able to spread that message and really push it. You know, you see this and you're like, I completely get why everything is in there. And he wants to show everyone in the community and what, you know, all the different sides that we see. The only thing is it's very distracting from the main storyline. So when it comes to a movie, it's like you're kind of taking me out of, I'm like wondering what's happening with this character, but you're taking me out on this whole journey in a different way of storytelling. A lot of this stuff I would love to see a documentary on. You know, and there are some that exist, but like on a grand scope, I think Billy Eichner could do an amazing documentary on the LGBTQ community and the stories and things like that come through. So yeah, like, you know, stuff like that, but it did kind of to take me away from the story a bit. I was still enjoying it. Nothing took me out of the movie, but it did take me out of the main story, which is what I was there for. So, you know, that was something that kind of just distracted me a bit. But overall, I say go see this movie. Rent it. If it's still playing in your theaters, go see it in theaters. Have fun with it. Take a date. Have a good time. It's worth it. It's a great love story. So I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. You know, I always love to hear what everybody thinks about the different movies and stuff like that. But I am, of course, Mick Manhattan. I'm one of the hosts of the Scene Snobs Podcast. You can go check that out anytime. We are live normally Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be live this week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Special night and time. So go check that out. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you being here. And yeah, check out the credits. Thank our awesome patrons. Tim, Paul, Stacy, Matt, Aaron, Chris S, Chris H,
Dan, John B, Ron, Jason, AJ, Radar, and John W. We love you all. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, you help us keep the lights on, and you guys are amazing. And if you guys want to join, we have 3 tiers available, all different, you know, prices, things like that. And it helps us go a long way in keeping these shows going and stuff like that. So patreon.com/thescenesnobs is where to go.
And make sure to check us out on our Discord. Join and be part of the Snobs Nation, where we all get together. We have fun conversation. We basically carry on all the stuff we do here, just in a better form and cooler format by some awesome moderators who we are super grateful for. So it'd be great to see you. Make sure to join up so you can stay in touch with your favorite snobs.
And guys, remember to hit that like button on this video if you're watching it. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to us. If you're not on YouTube right now, head over and check out the Scene Snobs on YouTube and subscribe, because it helps us go a long way. Helps us, you know, with producing these shows and monetizing and things like that. We have great shows like, of course, the Scene Snobs Podcast live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. The Scene Snobs Morning Drive live show, which is brand new, but it's on Fridays from 7 to 10 a.m. And then we have other shows pop up like Real Combat, Does It Suck, Geek Fest Live, Scene Snobs Movie Reviews, Plot Roast, and we have more coming.
And then we also have merch. Don't you want to assail yourself of some of the finest finery ever, anywhere, perhaps historically? Well, pop on over to thescenesnobs.com. You can go from there to our merch store, and you can get some amazing stuff, because I know the morning drive is no good without that mug in the morning.
That's true. And we actually have just to note, we do have tumbler mugs that you can get with our logo on it. There's more available on the site. Go check it out. Guys, make sure you're following us on all social medias, because we do different things. We have different daily videos, stuff like that. Pictures that we are always popping up. Follow us at the Scene Snobs everywhere, or you can follow Casey at Plotimus21 on Instagram, at Casey the Man on TikTok, at Twitter Night on Twitter. All right, guys. Thanks for following. Thanks for listening and everything else. And we will talk to you guys so soon. Take care.